Some compare it to a natural African paradise on Italian territory. Some liken it to other prestigious places along the Mediterranean coastline. No, nothing of the sort. Torre Vado is a truly unique place. It may look like someplace else, but it's different. It has its own rich, varied, fascinating identity, just waiting to be discovered. Strong but not overpowering, the 16th century tower stands guard over the harbour in the town to which it has lent its name, Torre Vado. Vado refers to the ford providing access to the sea. In its time, the fortification was built as a lookout, providing defence against incursions by pirates and Turks. Now it provides a splendid vantage point over this stretch of coastline, overlooking the Ionian Sea. A rolling sea, an unusual, curious, fascinating spectacle. Dozens of freshwater springs gurgling here and there along the rocky coastline. A prelude to the white stretch of sandy beach that takes you there. This is the first surprise that Torre Vado has for us. Here you can easily end up face to face with aquatic birds, attracted by pure, clear, uncontaminated water and good fishing. This strange mix of fresh and salt water was considered a source of health long ago, a belief now being revisited today.
The waters are truly healthy here for a number of reasons, at least 3. The water is rich in salt. This fresh yet salty water lightens heavy legs for those who have that problem. We also get beneficial vasoconstriction from the cold, which acts on capillaries. So we can say that's good for you. Third, there's the vascular exercise from the heat of the sun, 37, 38, 39 degrees, that dilates the blood vessels, and from the subsequent vasoconstriction if we immerse ourselves in this cold water.
Finibus terrae. We are at the end of the Salento Peninsula, southern Puglia's southern tip, where the promontory wedges between 2 seas, the Adriatic and the Ionian, separating and uniting them at the same time. Straddling both is Santa Maria di Leuca, or Finibus terrae, the ends of the earth. This is how the town was called in the Middle Ages. And thus it was known and visited by pilgrims on their path of penitence, coming since the dawn of Christianity to pray at the ancient sanctuary that rose on a temple of Minerva, to be transformed into a fortified palace in the 18th century. For devotees, this holy place was the first step to paradise. And it became an alternative for those unable to visit the Holy Land. It was Jerusalem's rival across the sea. Faith acted as a bridge. You could be over there while still being here. If for the faithful, crossing the sanctuary's threshold is like setting foot in heaven, for the tourist, entering the territory of Torre Vado is like being in a paradise of nature, among choreographic arrangements of prickly pear plants or beneath majestic ceratonia trees, before statuesque age-old olive trees, or in the deep Mediterranean maquis, finding cool, natural shelter from the summer heat. To keep the tourist interested, the procession of vistas continues into the sea. Cliffs soaring over the water, rocks, sandy beaches, dunes. And as we navigate, or better if we can, as we sail along, we are inebriated by the sea breeze, the salty air, the sun, and images that will leave a mark on our skin, our eyes, and even in our hearts when we have gone away. The sea also features enchanting grottos, dozens of them, dotting the coastline from Torre Vado to Santa Maria di Leuca. An unforgettable itinerary for scuba divers as well. The names are imaginative. Grotto of the Devil, Grotto of the Stable, Grotto of the Giants, Grotto of the Dragon, Grotto of the Three Gates, and so on. And the vision and view of these natural cavities give full rein to fantasy and much more. We go back in the history of man, who has always used the grottos as refuge from storms, as sacred places, and for settlement. About 10 Greek and Latin inscriptions can still be read. They are found in what may be defined as the marine chapel of the southern Salento, the Grotta Porcinara. It was a highly ancient pagan hypogeum, first Messapian, then Greek, and lastly Latin.